Imagine this. A cop laughs in the face of a young black girl when she claims her mom is in special forces. He mocks her, doubts her, and laughs it off until her mom walks into the scene and everything changes. You won't believe what happens next. Stick around to the end to see the jaw-dropping twist that leaves everyone in shock. If you're part of the Black Visionaries family, smash that like button and hit subscribe now for more jaw-dropping stories you can't miss. It was a typical Saturday afternoon at the mall. The sun had just started to dip behind the city skyline, casting a warm glow through the windows of the large shopping complex. The air was filled with the sounds of people chatting, shoes clicking against the tile floor, and the faint hum of store music. Amara Johnson, a 16-year-old girl, walked through the bustling mall with her friends, their laughter filling the air as they moved from store to store. Amara loved days like this, simple and carefree. But deep down, she always carried a burden, being the daughter of someone so extraordinary, yet so secretive. Her mom, a powerful woman in the Special Forces, had always been a source of pride for Amara, but it also set her apart from the other kids at school. While other kids talked about their parents' regular jobs, Amara had to remain silent about her mom's work. It was classified, a secret, and no one could know the extent of it. Her friends had heard the stories, but no one truly understood what it meant. For Amara, it was both a blessing and a curse. Today, she was determined to have a normal day. She had spent too many afternoons feeling disconnected, so today, she was going to enjoy being a teenager. She wasn't going to think about military operations or what her mom was doing halfway across the world. She was just Amara, hanging out with her friends. As they passed the food court, Amara spotted a couple of police officers standing near the entrance. One was a tall, white man, likely in his late 30s, with sharp features and a no-nonsense demeanor. His partner, a younger officer, seemed a little more approachable, but he too wore the stern look of someone who had seen it all. Amara's friends were laughing, oblivious to the presence of the officers, but Amara's eyes lingered on them. She couldn't help but feel the weight of her mom's job, always looming in the background. It was moments like this that reminded her of how different she was. The older officer caught her eye, his gaze drifting over her casually. "Hey, kid," he called out, his tone mocking. "You look like you've got a big story to tell. What's up?" Amara, already feeling the weight of being judged, straightened her back. She wasn't going to let anyone make fun of her or her mom, especially not today. "Actually, yeah, I do," she said, her voice steady. "My mom's in Special Forces." The officer laughed, a loud, boisterous laugh that echoed in the crowded mall. His partner raised an eyebrow, but didn't speak. "Oh, really?" the officer said, still chuckling. "You sure about that? You got a mom who's in the military. You don't look like the type who would have a mom in Special Forces." Amara's cheeks burned with humiliation. She hated that people didn't take her seriously. She hated the way he looked at her, as if her mom's job was some sort of joke. "I'm sure," she said firmly, her voice no longer wavering. "She's one of the best." The officer's laughter only grew louder. "Yeah, sure she is. Let's be real here, kid. You're telling me your mom's in Special Forces? Maybe she works in an office somewhere, huh? What? You think you're going to convince me with that story?" Amara could feel the anger building up inside her, but she fought to keep it in check. She wasn't about to back down. "I'm not lying," she said, crossing her arms. "You'll see for yourself when she walks in here." The officer smirked, clearly enjoying the conversation. "Oh, we'll see. Maybe we'll all get a laugh when she shows up." Amara stood there, trying to suppress the feeling of humiliation that threatened to overwhelm her. She didn't know why, but hearing that officer mock her made everything feel so much worse. She wanted to run out of the mall, find a place to hide, but she couldn't. She wouldn't let him win. As the officer continued to laugh, Amara could feel a wave of frustration wash over her. She had been dealing with people doubting her mom's work for years, but this officer had crossed a line. And now, she had no choice but to wait for her mom to prove them all wrong. Not long after that, Amara's phone buzzed in her pocket. She checked it quickly, another message from her mom. "I'm here. Waiting outside the mall. See you soon." Amara's heart skipped a beat. She couldn't wait to see the officer's reaction when he realized that she wasn't exaggerating. Her mom wasn't just a regular military officer. She was part of an elite unit that only a handful of people in the world knew about. Amara smiled to herself. The officer would have to eat his words soon enough. She told her friends that her mom was coming to meet her, and they all seemed excited. Little did they know that the woman about to walk through those doors would change everything for them all. A few minutes later, Amara spotted a sleek black SUV pulling up to the entrance. Her heart raced. There she was. Her mom, dressed in full tactical gear, stepped out of the car. The moment she exited the vehicle, everything changed. She walked with the poise and confidence of someone who had been through battles and come out on top. Her uniform, with its dark camouflage and specialized insignia, made it clear that Amara hadn't been lying. This was no ordinary mom. This was a woman who had seen and done things most people couldn't even imagine. The officer who had mocked Amara earlier froze when he saw her mom. His laughter died in his throat, and he quickly straightened his posture, clearly taken aback. He didn't know what to say. The younger officer beside him looked on, his mouth slightly agape as he tried to process the scene unfolding before him. Amara stood up straighter, feeling an overwhelming sense of pride. Her mom was here, and now everyone would see just how wrong they had been. Her mom walked up to Amara, her expression serious, but warm. "Hey, kiddo. Sorry I'm late," she said softly, placing a hand on Amara's shoulder. "Mom, it's okay," Amara replied, her voice full of pride. Just in time. Amara's mom turned to face the officer who had mocked her earlier. "I heard there was some confusion," she said, her voice calm but firm. "Is there a problem with my daughter's story?" The officer, now visibly uncomfortable, stammered. I didn't mean to offend, ma'am," he said, his voice much quieter now. "We just thought, well, it's hard to believe." "Well, believe it," Amara's mom said, her voice unwavering. "And next time, before you doubt someone, think twice about who you're talking to." The officer quickly nodded, his earlier bravado gone. The younger officer, still stunned, stood in silence, unsure of how to handle the situation. Amara's mom turned back to Amara and smiled. "You don't ever have to let people make you feel small, kid. You're the daughter of someone who fights for what's right, and that means you're strong too." The older officer quickly excused himself, his face red with embarrassment, as he hurried away. His partner followed, still in shock over the turn of events. Amara's mom looked down at her daughter, pride shining in her eyes. "You did good, Amara," she said. "I'm proud of you." Amara smiled back, feeling a weight lift off her shoulders. She had always known her mom was extraordinary, but today, she had witnessed firsthand how powerful her mom's presence could be. She also realized that she didn't need to prove anything to anyone. People would always doubt her, question her, and even mock her. But as long as she had the truth on her side, nothing else mattered. As they walked out of the mall together, Amara couldn't stop smiling. The officer had underestimated her, but her mom had set the record straight in a way only she could. And in that moment, Amara knew that she was never going to let anyone question her worth again. And hey, if you're rolling with the Black Visionaries family, you already know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell, because we've got more powerful, jaw-dropping stories coming your way that you won't want to miss. Stay inspired, stay strong, and remember, your dignity is never up for debate.